Hello everyone. Today I shall be taking you through the topic called Isosceles and Equilateral Triangle. Let's take a look at, in summary, let me just explain what isosceles and equilateral triangle is all about. Isosceles and equilateral triangle. Now, in a situation where we have a diagram like this, an isosceles triangle is a triangle that has its two sides, two equal sides and two equal base angles. So if here is x, here is x, if here is y, here is y, the same sides and the same base angle. Only two sides are equal in the case of isosceles triangle. But for the case of an equilateral triangle, all sides are equal and all angles are equal. If here is x, here is x, here is x, and all the sides are the same. So in a nutshell, for an equilateral triangle, all the angles must be 60 degrees, because 60 plus 60 plus 60 will give you 180 degree. Now, having been able to explain that, let us quickly move on to the first example of the day. Now, what is the example? Let's take a look at the example together. The question says in the diagram below, ABC is a straight line, BC is equal to BD, angle BCD is equal to 37 degrees, and angle BAE is equal to 30 degrees. Find the size of angle AED. Now, let's take a look at this diagram. Do not forget that the question says your line BC is equal to line BD. Now, this is your line BC. Is equal to your line BD. So invariably, it means that if these two sides are the same, their base angles must be the same. Here will be 37 degree. So in a nutshell, your angle BDC is equal to 37 degree. Now you need to state the theorem. Base angle of an isosceles triangles are the same. Base angle of and isosceles triangle are the same. So I've been able to state the theorem. Now, that is not the mission of the question. When you read further, the question says angle BCD is 37 degrees, BCD is 37 degrees, we have been given in the diagram, and angle BAE is 30 degrees, we have been given in the diagram. Find angle AED. Find angle AED. So this is exactly the angle we have to determine. So without having to waste much of our time. Now, if this angle is 37, this angle is 37, I can decide to determine this angle. Do not forget you must always have a mission. And the mission is you have to determine AED. And the next question you ask yourself is, how can I determine angle AED? Do not forget a rule that says that the sum of the two opposite interior angles of a triangle, the sum of the two opposite interior angles of a triangle equals to the exterior angle. So it means that if I can determine what is here and I add it to what is here, I will be able to determine angle AED. That means I need to figure out how to determine what is here. So going by this base angle, it means that I can easily say that it is angle 37 degree plus 37 degree plus this particular angle BDC, angle C is equal to 180 degree. Why? The sum of angle in a triangle. It's important that you state the theorem. So 37 plus 37 at the end of the day gives us what we call 174 plus angle DBC, which is this angle, equals 180 degree. So without having to waste much of your time, angle DBC is equals to 180 minus 74. So 180 minus 74, this is going to be giving us 106 degree. So I've been able to determine my angle DBC. So this angle now is 106 degree. So beautiful. The next thing I need to do, is to determine this exterior angle. 106 and this angle are on a straight line. 106 and this angle are on a straight line. So in a nutshell, I can easily write this as angle 106 plus angle, let me call it EBA, angle EBA is equals to 180 degree. Why? The sum of angle on a what? A straight line. Now, having been able to do that, automatically your angle ABA is equals to 180 minus 106, which is equals to what? 74 degree. So therefore, this angle is what? 74 degree. Now I'm actually approaching to getting the answer to that question. The question is to determine AED. Do not forget that AED is the exterior angle, which is equals to the what? Sum of the two opposite interior angles. Therefore, angle AED is equals to what? 30 plus what? 74. So your 30 plus 74 is going to give you what? 104 degree. So why? The sum of the two opposite interior angles, the sum of the what? Two opposite interior angle of the what? Of a triangle is equal to the exterior angle. So it is important that you state your theorem beside it. So in summary, we have been able to do what? Determine 106 by considering these two base angles. Then subtracted it from 180 to get 106. And invariably, it means that we can also do the same thing by considering sum of angle on a straight line to get what? Angle 74. The sum of 30 and 74 give me AED. Now let's quickly move on to the next example. Next example together. So the next question says, in the diagram, STUV is a straight line and TSY is equals to USY equals to 40 degree and angle VUW equals to 110 degree. Calculate angle TYW. Now let's take it one after the other. Angle TSY is equals to angle SUSY equals to 40 degree. This angle is equals to what? This angle, which is equals to 40 degrees as we indicated in the diagram. Angle VUW equals to 110. Angle VUW equals to 110. So the next question says determine angle TYW. This is your TYW, your T, your Y, and the W. TYW. So if you are to determine angle TYW, so let's call this angle unknown angle. Now to determine this unknown angle, you need to be extremely careful, like I used to say. Now, if this angle is 110, I can easily determine my angle TUX. Why? By saying 180 minus 1, by writing 180 minus what? 110, and which will give me what? 70 what? Degree. Now, in a nutshell, this angle is 70 degree. Why? Sum of angle on a straight line. You need to state the theorem. Now that you have been able to what? To determine the value here, do not forget your mission. Your mission is to determine this particular what? Angle. And to determine this particular angle, all you need to do, okay, is to determine, you can also determine this angle. If you determine this angle, the sum of the two opposite interior angles of a triangle equals to the exterior angle. It means that once you know what is here, you can easily determine what is here. But when you look at considering triangle SUW, considering triangle SUW, okay, the sum of the two opposite interior angles equals to the exterior angle. It means that angle SWX that we are actually looking for, it equals to the sum of what? 40 plus what? 70 what? Degree. So in a nutshell, this is equals to what? In a nutshell, this is equals to what? 110 what? Degree. If you look at the diagram very well, the sum of the two opposite what? Interior angle of a triangle equals to your what? Exterior what? Angle. Now if this is 110, you come here to indicate your what? 110 degree. Do not forget that we can also still consider that what basic or principle by saying or by writing the sum of the what? Two opposite interior angle of a triangle equals to your what? Exterior angle. So now considering triangle, let's call it x, y, w, x, y, w. Therefore, your angle, the exterior angle T, y, w, that we are to determine in the question is equals to what? Your 40 plus what? 110. The reason being that the sum of the two opposite interior angle of a triangle equals to the what? Exterior angle. That must be stated. So, in a nutshell, your angle TYW is equals to what? 150 what? Degree. And that gives us the final answer to that question. So, for a more solid understanding, let's take a look at this final question together. It looks very simple and at the same time very technical. So in the diagram below, MN is parallel to OP. MN is parallel to OP. Good. And angle QOP is equals to 125 degree. Angle QOP is equals to 125 degree. Find the size of angle MQR. Find the size of angle MQ, then R. So in a nutshell, we are actually looking for angle MQR, which is this word angle. Now, if you actually have to determine this angle, the question you need to ask yourself is, how would you go about it? This line and this line are parallel. You can also do what? Decide to what? Extend your line. So if you extend the what? These two lines, you have a parallel line. And this is exactly your mission. So you can easily do something fantastic here. If here is 65, this line going this way. So without having to stress yourself, this angle is going to be what? Corresponding angle. Here will be what? 65. If this angle is 65, this is what we call a corresponding angle. If here is 65, here is 65, this is a corresponding angle. Also again, if here is 125, you can decide to determine this internal angle. Let's call it x. So angle x plus 125 is equals to what? 181 degree. So your s is equals to what? 180 minus 125. So it's important that you state that the sum of angle on a straight line must be stated beside this equation. So at the end of the day, your s is equals to what? 5, and nothing less than what? 51.5 degree. So this angle here, x, is what? 55 what degree. Let me write here as 55 what degree. And we are looking at this triangle, O, from this point to this point to this point, forms a triangle. This is the sum of the what? Two opposite what? Interior angle, which is 65 and what? 55. And you have to determine angle MQR. Therefore, your angle MQR will be equals to what? 65 plus what? 55. Why? The sum of the two opposite interior angle of a triangle is equals to what? The exterior what? Angle. So without having to what? Stress yourself, your answer will be equals to what? 120 what? Degree. And that gives us the final answer to angle MQR. Thank you for watching. I remain Mr. Noah Dauda Adekunle.